test for um, new operator feature. So kind of an agent design in ChatGPT. So let's just say dinner reservation um, for 4 people on Saturday around Tribeca. I'm going out with some friends this weekend. I have, instead of just saying a time, let's give it some like semi-critical thinking, I guess. We have an after dinner event at Maxwell. Sorry, at 9 p.m. It should be a trendy restaurant with great food. Okay, let's see what it does. Um, this isn't the easiest task on a Saturday night. It'll give it some time flexibility, and it will probably skew early just because the nature of the reviews. But this is cool that it's starting with actually identifying what a trendy restaurant is in Tribeca. It's gonna go to see what pops open. So it open table right away, which is okay. So the video dropped, but I played around with this before, and it started by just researching. I was looking like on the Infatuation, which is like the New York food blog, and it was looking up other what a trendy restaurant was. So it's kind of cool to it was like internalizing what trendy options there were that weren't just availability. So that actually would be really cool if you don't know a neighborhood or something like that to actually kind of look at a more unique blog. So I could have added that as a feature, but this time it's just jumping in and kind of looking. I can't tell if it's filtered by anything, but it's going to probably just pull the reviews of okay, here we go. Actually, it's just searching foxtail immediately. Not would not be a good fit overall. Um, okay. Yeah, I would not say. Let's say find research. Okay, let's see if it can internalize some. It's like an oddly annoying process in New York City. If people aren't local, like availability is annoying, but even just knowing kind of what's trendy and stuff. But, if I haven't been to a neighborhood for a while, things have changed. What's popped up? So this is actually starting to become what an executive assistant, what I would have to do that kind of knows the type of restaurant I like and types of food, etc. And so, and like the infatuation is a perfect example of what I was mentioning. That like all these would be thrown on here. They're definitely going to be trendy and the rating's accurate and stuff. So the fact it's internalizing it's pretty cool. Um, I can imagine that once it stores it, let's see in a minute here, we're kind of doing this together, but it's going to be a bit of research for it to go out and kind of plug both of these in, each of these in, if it determines their quality. And so it'd be interesting to see how like this task might balloon in time, if it's going to be querying it one on one. I might edit it out. Yeah, all these are great suggestions. I think that I'm guessing Lacana Verde might have availability, especially if we're like, let this be early because we have a 9 p.m. It's going to determine. I like that it's kind of figuring that out. So keep letting this go for a bit. Okay. Killing time here. Okay, now it looks like it's jumping out. So this is interesting. It's stepping outside of OpenTable to find reservations for each of these, which is good because it's like a lot of just run into trouble with the reservation. A lot of like you don't want to be like this is starting to show promise in that like OpenTable and Resi and other booking sites all different have different methods of booking and not everybody's on it and it's actually a really obnoxious problem. Um, I'm thinking like this is my EA spend a healthy amount of time doing that just to do networking events and trying to figure out stuff with timing and what availability and um, the fact it's opening a website and clicking through trying to find the reservation phase is good. Let's see what happens because it just opened. I saw it on the sidebar and then it didn't click it. But I mean, if it does this n number of times based on a decent number of results and infatuation, tells me what's available, that would be a huge time saver. Excuse me. Okay, so I found it in Resi, which it's I know like this is alternative and it's gonna okay, and this is great. So it saw that information on I think the sidebar and then just opened a new browser and queried it directly. But now we're actually going between OpenTable and Resi to figure this out. It's pretty cool. And this is I'm not quite sure how it determined Frenchette, and it's just querying the top one versus a handful in there. There's other really good options, but I obviously can. I'll see what it comes back if it finds an option at Frenchette. It would be interesting to see if it presents more or is it just starts. So it's querying Resi again. I had it open and it was actually starting to book, but it seems to be. Here. Oh, interesting. It's querying. Oh no, sorry. It's querying by date. Like that opened the URL by the params, including the date and it says it's the wrong number of seats, but it's the right date in the params in the URL that was added in. So it found it was in Resi and then updated it, but I said 4 people originally, and now it's querying with 2. It's interesting. It's poking back to Open Table, which I don't think they're on. If they're on Resi, they wouldn't be on both. So, yep. Let's see if it keeps track of It's gotten kind of. It's identified. It's like selected French out as the top choice, and now it's back there. It was on the right track 2 tabs ago with Resi. I had it open if it just updated those tabs. It's pretty interesting. Okay, so it's trying to. Please don't submit a contact. Okay, we explored various platforms for French App, but encountered an issue with both Resi and OpenTable. Okay, so this is not good because if I got this information and I wasn't paying attention, you can make a. I do know that. Actually, okay, let's just pretend I didn't know. Okay, find a different trendy. Sorry, trendy restaurant. Give me 2 to 3 top options with availability. Okay. I can imagine just by the pace that it was, and it's going back for trendy again. It didn't store all of the infatuation, context, and memory. Like it doesn't have that at its beck and call from the research scrolling down that page. It's back on that site. Again, it's a good source. It's totally appropriate. But again, like these don't trendy Tribeca isn't going to exclusively filter by It's not going to exclusively filter by dinner places too. It has like cafes and casual eats, and it's, this is an interesting problem. Well, that's an interesting one. Doesn't like Open Tables, like their partner one. They said it was optimized for it. It's using a headless browser, clearly a headless Chrome browser, and it does. Open Table has now blocked this Chrome browser from scrape. Like it knows it's a bot and scraping its site. That is quite interesting because inherently, like Open Table is the one they launched with. I can like at mention it and have it optimize Open Table, and it's just blocked this headless browser. I bet if they reloaded the headless browser you told it to, it would be able to do it. But this is an interesting piece of like spam prevention and bot agentic bot design being somewhat conflicting. I could imagine that there has to be something announcing that bots are navigating around in headless browsers like this. This browser is just a browser that's like virtualized and not. Actually, this probably isn't a headless browser. This is just a browser on a virtual machine. A headless browser is when it's like embedded and you're just navigating without the same like scope and headers. All right. So here we go. Okay, 4 people, 25th, 7 p.m. Label. It's navigating through. It's 5 p.m. That's very early. I would not do that. And now it's come to a login page. Okay. Um, so let's just say it didn't abide by giving me a couple options. That's too early. Let's say no. No earlier than say 6:30. And this we can provide notifications, and we'll have running. It can run in background while you're popping up. So it would be. Um, it's going to get pretty narrow with my instructions. It's going to find. It's probably like because it's trying to think of dinners allotting for 2 hours, and probably the fancier. If it knows like a fancier place, it knows I need to be at a place at 9 p.m. If it's keeping that context, and then it's just googling the exact prompt. All right. Well, definitely can like again, I'm trying to envision what this would look like if it weren't um, like I did give it a reasonably complicated task with some context required. So I actually have a reservation at the Dutch. That's where we're actually going. So that was one that my assistant picked out for us doing this exact task. So it did pop up. Okay, Warren Street Bar. That's good. It's a little cash. Um, I guess I could try to proceed. Yes, let's proceed. It's gonna have to have me log in to sign in to get to my open table reservations, phone number or email for verification. So then this is where I can take control. And let's just try signing in. Okay, that worked. Now I should be logged in. That'll be nice since I'm doing this. All right. Let's just let it book it. Okay. So I should finish up. I have logged into open table. I am. Yeah. Let's. Okay. Okay. Just took a screenshot, browse the menu, send the message to the restaurant if needed. Let me know if there's anything else to do. Cool. All right. So just definitely some work, just some impressive pieces there. Some work to do. I saw this when I was just looking at it. I think it's in websites. So there's stuff you can put in custom descriptions here, like additional instructions. And so this is, I guess we're now logged in. So it should, if I next time asked Open Table, I wouldn't need to put the login view. So it understood that. So that's going to be an easier step. Obviously, that's not the case for other sites like Resi, but there's a walkthrough. So very cool, very impressive. Definitely has some more work to do. Obviously, it's a little clunky and still making a lot of decisions that need to be optimized. But day one release is pretty impressive. Um, I guess we can go ahead and see how oh, there's an anti-calendar feature that's also pretty nice. But yeah, pretty cool. Nice work starting feature.